Hi, I want to talk really quick because I was given a book on Friday night, and I wanted to talk about it for a second. I haven't read the book, but so my father-in-law came. He was coming to see a show that my son's summer camp was doing, and he brought a book that he thought that I would like. Um, he and I have been buying each other books and lending each other books for the last few years, and it's been a really, I've known him for about 15 years, but the like book trading has probably been the last 2 to 3, maybe a little longer than that. And it's been a really interesting facet to our dynamic. He tends to give me nonfiction, and I almost always like it, and I tend to give him fiction. That's not to say that we don't mix it up a little bit, but I introduced him to. I'm pretty sure I'm the one who introduced him. He could have been the one who introduced me to Where the Crawdads Sing, which was one of my favorite books of the last few years. And he loved it as well. I'm pretty sure I gave it to him. I told him about it first. I know for a fact that I told him about this one first, Great Circle, not The Great Circle. A book that I absolutely recommend. This was amazing, and I could not put it down. Um, and so, because of those things, I've been, suggesting to him some books. One that he hasn't read yet, but he's heard me talk a lot about, is my all-time favorite book, which is the amazing. I was going to say on the camera, it looks like I'm holding it upside down. The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. But because he hasn't read it, but I've been mentioning it so much and how it's my favorite book. Because of that book, he gave me this book by Michael Chabon, which is called Manhood for Amateurs. Apparently, it's a book about being a father, a son, a husband. Just kind of, it's a nonfiction. I don't know if it's a memoir as much as it is like a guide, or I think it's more of a memoir. But it's I'm excited to read this because I have liked some of the a lot of the nonfiction that he's given me. I think I've liked all the nonfiction. Um, this is the latest nonfiction that I read from him, which was probably 3, 4 months ago that I finished it up. It's about a guy riding his bike from Oregon to Patagonia. His father had walked across America, and he wrote a book called Walking Across America in the 70s. I read that from my father-in-law. Um, and so when I was like, oh, let me borrow that, but he just bought me a copy. And I've read, actually, I've read a lot of walking and going across America adventure books, because it's something that if I had been, if I had read these books when I was 20, it all started with me telling him that I liked Into the Wild, um, and I've been getting really into them. So, yeah, it's been a really cool part of our relationship.